I love football because I'm a girl. Like, I'm like the only girl on the field. I'm like, yay, I'm special.
Hits the corner, 40. Beantown Youth Football All-Star Classic.
Should I put this like down next to her chair?
I don't need it.
Yeah, sure. Is that all right?
You're such a dad.
Just, that'll be right. That'll be out of the camera.
Thanks, Dad. Love you. I'm Avery Hanlon. I'm 12 years old. I play running back, defensive end, and I'm trying to be a long snapper.
What do you normally go up to?
I usually go 95 for 3 reps. That's like my normal. So my CrossFit started when I was 7 or 8. I went to a local gym and I had like a personal trainer, and I would work out I think every Wednesday or Thursday every week. And I started doing that, and then I stopped for a while because he moved away. And then we got weights here, so I started lifting again, and it got good. I got up to the heavy weights, not heavy weights, but pretty good.
Is this something you guys do like every day?
I do it. I should do it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but sometimes I don't because I forget or I'm just busy.
So during COVID last year, everyone was sitting around home bored. Avery got her deadlift all the way to 180 pounds.
Dang, girl.
She was lifting 3 solid days a week. Like, she was putting in at least an hour a day lifting.
But nothing to do, right?
There was nothing to do.
I like being fit. I like feeling strong. Being able to lift heavy weights and stuff helps with being with boys. And then also football, you normally lift. So me already lifting and knowing the forms and techniques, it helps me. Football, that started, I was in 4th grade, I think, 4th grade. And I was watching my brother practice, and he was insanely boring. And it got boring sitting there with the sun and everything. So I decided I wanted to ask the coach if I could play. So I asked him, and then I had to play a year back because the year in front of it had, my normal year that I would play, they had too many players, so I played a year down with my brother. And then I played normal that year, and then the next year I played, for 6th grade, it was tag football because COVID and stuff, and then I played Mass Elite that year as well. Being a girl on the field, feels like everybody's staring at me. Some parents would give me weird looks, but others would be super supportive. It's usually the moms that are like, oh my god, go Avery. But yeah, it's changing because then the guys on the other team, once they realize I'm a girl, they give me weird looks and stuff. But it's always funny because the guys on my team are just like, okay, I feel like she's gonna kick your butt, so here we go. A cool thing about being the only girl on the team is I get to build special bonds with the coaches. One of my coaches that I knew from town brought me over to my head coach, and he was like, oh my god, Avery, show the coach your nails. So I walk over to him and I pull my glove off, and I'm like, here coach, these are my nails, do you like them? And he was just like, sure, go back with the lineman. And it was a great icebreaker for me. So I got to build that special bond with the coach. Now he always jokes about me with my nails all the time.
Avery is one of those players that I know locally. I've coached her, so I know personally that she could come out and compete against boys and be successful.
Coach Harrington, he's very nice. He's a very supportive coach. He would always talk to me, when I was on the sidelines. Not saying that about me on the sidelines, but he's very nice, supportive. And I'm really excited that he offered an opportunity for me to be in this tournament. I'm extremely close with my dad. I could go run over and give him a hug right now. Love him. I usually long snap, and then he'll help me with like D-line stuff, positioning. Then he'll obviously buy me a whole bunch of equipment, which is great. Great bonding experiences.
Go.
So you excited?
Can I get a hug? I haven't seen you in 2 days. Mwah. I love you, buddy.
What? Oh, there is.
Listen, there's some pizza in the kitchen.
I'm probably gonna go outside. I just want to see.
All right, do you want a little bite to eat first?
Hi.
When's the last time you ate anything?
I had some honey.
All right, so listen, just grab a piece of pizza. It's from Venus. All right? Hi, I'm Sean Hanlon. My 2 children, Avery and John, are playing on the 12U and the 10U in this tournament, the Beantown tournament. And we're from Marshfield, Massachusetts, and I'm a Boston fireman. Avery's story with football. So I like to be involved and go, like, whatever kids' sports events are going on, I like to go and watch while I still can. I mean, eventually they're going to be playing high school stuff, and I'm not going to be invited to the practices and stuff like that. So I want to be there while I can right now. I really enjoy it. So I was bringing John to his practices, and if my wife Kristen was working, I couldn't leave Avery alone. She was too young. So I would bring her, and someone was a little unsettled there and got mad because she had to go watch her brother's practice, and she said, well, I think I can do this too. And I said, yeah, sure, you can do this too, Ave, if you think so. She goes, no, I want to do it now. I said, well, if you really want to play next season, you still want to play, we'll sign you up, and then you can try then. She goes, no, I want to play now. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll go over to the coach's house after we leave practice tonight. You can ask him then. And I really thought that was going to be the end of it. And all the adults were around the kitchen island. We were all sitting there talking, having a snack, and she walked right up. She goes, hey, I want to play football for you. And he was like, oh, yeah, you do? That's nice, Avery. She goes, no, I'm serious. I want to play football for you. She goes, well, do you have any upper body strength, Avery? Can you do some push-ups? She's like, yeah. How many you want? And because she had been going to CrossFit, she already had some good upper body strength. So she knocked out a few push-ups, and he's like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I never thought she was going to ask you, so I don't know what to think about this. I got to talk to my wife. And he goes, well, we'll start the ball rolling. The season's already started, so we'll see if we can still get her in. And I said, yeah, okay. And I talked to my wife. We went back and forth on it, and here we are today. She's playing in a tournament with kids from other states, so we'll see how that goes. She's changed, having a daughter has changed my perspective on so many things. Me 10 years ago, I would have been the parent saying, do you want a girl to play on my son's team? Are you kidding me? And having this girl that's so athletic, and she's changed my mind on a lot of things. Now I'm the parent going, come on, we got a girl on the team. It'll be great, and hopefully by her breaking into football now, and there's been other females before her, they played through high school, but no one's really gone on to college yet. I mean, they've had a kicker last year. I forget the college, but she did a fantastic job. Maybe we get a long snapper in there. Maybe we can get a cornerback in there. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future these women are getting stronger and faster. Maybe there'll be a D end. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, but it's going to take a long time. Avery's thing playing D end is she's fast off the line. It's like we had Mass Elite practice. Was it last weekend? There was some pretty big kids up on that line, and that ball would move that much. She'd already be off pulling a rip, doing a club, whatever, get right around, and she was living in the backfield. She had a really good practice. I'm hoping they all go like that. I know it's a huge thing. I mean, let's face it. This is a men's club if there's a men's club, and they're letting her in the men's club, which is huge.
Seeing Avery go out and compete against, boys and stuff like that, she's like a role model for a lot of younger girls. For instance, I know a young lady that lives here in the city of Everett, Mass, where she wants to be a football player also. She plays on the younger level, but seeing players like Avery, around girls like that, I mean, she's a role model. She is.
Someone like Avery playing in a tournament like this, I think, is a really big deal. The level of play that is going to be at this tournament, I mean, this kid's coming from other states that play to play ball. That says a lot right there. I mean, it's the summertime, and these kids could be going to Disney or going wherever else, and instead they're coming up here 4th of July weekend to play football. That shows you the dedication and the heart that all these kids have. You know, for her being the only young lady to go do this, hopefully it'll spark other young ladies to come out and go, you know what, she's doing it. Why can't I do it too?
Fiumara. I'm 14 years old and I play offensive tackle and defensive tackle. I've always struggled with weight. When I was younger, I wasn't always able to play. What happened was each team would be split up by weight, and the first year I played, I was like 20 pounds over, and I got down to it being like 5 pounds over, and they still wouldn't let me play, but I would go to my team practices, and every game I would still be able to play in the practice, but wouldn't be able to play in the games. So I would be just like a motivator for the team. The first time that I was told that I couldn't play, it was heartbreaking. It broke me down. I didn't really know how to respond to it until a few years later when I just said enough's enough, and I worked out every day the most I could to lose all that weight.
We wanted something where kids can come from all around the country and whatever race, color, whatever size, anything like that, you can play with us. If you think you're not good enough to play down there, if you think you're a girl, you never make it down there, you can play with us. We have a spot for you on the team no matter what, and it'll be a team aspect no matter what.
I'm Kristen Fiumara.
I'm Joe Fiumara.
And we are Nick Fiumara's parents. They call him Moose. We're from Foxborough, Mass. I'm a teacher.
I'm in sales.
He was almost 10 pounds when he was born. So when he was younger, the nickname just kind of, he's had it since he was a toddler probably.
I looked at him and said, he's a moose, and since day one. Friends, family, teachers, all have attached to the name Moose. It's on every sweatshirt he owns, so it comes pretty natural. When I became a dad and had 3 boys, playing football myself, I couldn't wait to get them involved. As soon as they were of age to play, I exposed them to it, and it just stuck. In Foxborough, you're able to play back then tackle football at the age of 7. The restrictions were that you couldn't go in higher than 90 pounds at 7 years old. Nick came into camp at 109 at 7 years old, lost 10 pounds by, we didn't put him on a diet. We didn't want to do it to a 7-year-old, but just kind of watch what he ate and how much he ate, and he put in the extra work. He put in the laps before practice, the laps after practice with his brother, who was there along the side every step of the way with him. Pete was a really big supporter of Nick, and Pete had to lose a few pounds himself to make weight. But so he played the whole season not playing a game. That, to look at your kid in the eyes after he put in that much work was just devastating for me, for us. But he did it. And then he came back, and when he was able to play, he had to be put on a team that was 2 years older than him. And 2 years older at 7 years old is a big difference from 2 years what he's playing now. But he did it. Didn't have the best year, and the team that he was supposed to be on, like Moose mentioned before, went on to win the Super Bowl, then went to States. And he had to watch that. And that was another blow to him. But he kept coming back, and he put in more work and kept coming back. And that made us incredibly proud because we knew that it was a life lesson for him. And if this is something he could learn and teach himself at a very young age, that he wouldn't give up on things on life that were hard on him down the road. When he came back hard, and he found himself in an all-star game. and then had an incredibly successful season the next year with this team. You know, coming up a couple of games shy of the Super Bowl. So his persistence has just been awesome.
So to have the All-Star event here in Massachusetts has been great because it's an opportunity that Nick can partake in. We've always told our kids that if we are going to do for one, we want to make sure that all three have the opportunity. And so if it was in Florida or if it was, you know, in a state further away, we might not have been able to do that for all three. So the fact that it's here, you know, 40 minutes from our house just makes it a great opportunity for the family.
Good evening, coaches, and welcome here to Boston. If you're from here, I'm not. As you can tell the way I talk, I just made everybody get quiet in this place. Yes, I am from Texas, and that's where you hear the Southern drawl. Welcome, guys. This is a great event that we're going to enjoy. We got a lot of great talent that's going to be here to showcase their talent. A great opportunity for them to really show what they are, whether it be the 8U or the 14U, regardless. These are young kids that really want to put out and show what they can do on the football field. All I ask is, coaches, remember that these are kids. They are here to show off what they can do. All they need is encouragement. That's what they're here to get from you. Some great coaching and great encouragement as they move on and matriculate up the system. We want to see them playing high school football and enjoying the sport that we all love, and that's why we're here. So enjoy it. Watch my Facebook page, my NYSR Facebook page. I will have the link. I've already posted one for Saturday. The link is on there for everybody to listen to the games that I'll be broadcasting throughout tomorrow and Sunday. So thank you for having me out here, and have a great time.
Come up here, all the 10U head coaches, please. So everyone, the way we're going to do it is we have 4 footballs in here. In this 10U division, all the coaches are going to grab a ball.
Will you leave it out?
All right, so on the count of 3, we'll just show what number we are, all right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. 2. 4.
3. Number 1.
I think me and you are. So what's it say on the board?
So 1 and 2. Who's 1? Oh,
3 and 4. 3 and 4.
Who's 4?
Me
and you then.
Yeah. So 12U coaches. All 4 12U coaches here. Go ahead, Boone, talk a little bit.
Mic check, yes, mic check, mic check. Is this thing on?
Okay, Boo.
Coach Boone.
There ain't no more balls in here, was there?
All right, so on the count of 3, which one do you have?
1, 2, I'm just 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Team 1 versus Team 2. Right here at what time? What's this, 12U? They're 12U, so they play at 10 a.m. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, okay?
No, because look, all your runners better be ready to run because they're going to get a full day's workout. Good. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. My line going to be ready too. Well, my line is ready. We don't. So listen, I'm just saying, your line can run. They can run away all day. They can run away all day. I'm gonna tell you what. We just say I'm passing coach, right? They just better be able to get to my quarterback because I passed the ball. That's great. So listen, run, Forrest, run. We ain't running, bro. We ain't running. We sitting in the pocket, baby. The quarterback better warm up them thighs. Bro, we sitting in the pocket and doing this.
When we bring coaches, we reach out to coaches all around from Alabama. We had Atlanta, Panama City Beach, Texas, Florida, all these people that we've met, like we built a network with. Anything I can steal from them when they're teaching these kids, it benefits me just as much as it's benefiting the kids. I'm learning as I'm just thinking it's just a coach. I'm just standing there listening, and I hear something that I never knew. And a kid's like, okay. That's what I love about it too. Especially Coach Boone. When Coach Boone comes around, kids just shut up and listen. And he's not a mean coach. He's a great coach. He'll get in your butt if he needs to, but he comes around, we all hang out, you start getting a little twang out of his voice from Alabama, where he's from.
Hang on, let me burp him real quick. Gotta hold his head now. Gotta hold his head.
Coach Boone, huh? What do you say about Coach Boone? Coach Boone is who he is. Met Coach Boone in Atlanta a couple years back, and warm-hearted, big teddy bear, getting your butt as a football player. Coach Boone and myself and Coach Brandon have built such a great relationship that we travel together. So there's so many kids across the country that Coach Boone has coached and built very strong, healthy relationships with the families. And that's because he's just a genuine person, a genuine coach. He's coached from 8U all the way up to 14U. And whether they win or lose, it's always a good time with Coach Boone. So for us here, the Beantown Classic for A&B Sporting Events, he's the type of coach that we want at all of our events.